My name is Sukaina Abbas, and I'm an entrepreneur, and my brand is called Enchanté. We design jewelry in sterling silver using authentic gemstones sourced locally here in Pakistan. The brand has been around for about almost 8 years now, and we have a clientele that's spread across Pakistan, locally, and countries abroad. Our main focus is on custom-made designs, and we cater to bespoke requests in silver using special gemstones. So interestingly, Raza, my journey was not a planned one, and my entrepreneurial journey took off in a turn of events that were not planned. And I was a software engineer by degree, and back then I thought that I would not do justice to a career, and I was a homemaker. When I started the brand, I wanted to learn more about the field. It's easier now with the mushroom growth of incubation centers and accelerators that teach you about the basics, like marketing, finance, and all other related fields of running a business. Back then, it wasn't that easy. I think it's very important when you do something and when you plan, especially a business, you start from the basics. So for me, learning about gemstones and jewelry, unfortunately, there were not ample opportunities here that I could avail, so I had to do it from outside the country. Setting up a business here in Pakistan with an online presence has its own set of challenges. Women-led businesses have even more added to on that layer, because we often do not find opportunities that help us realize our full potential, be it payments, be it the supply chain and the manufacturing. And also, I think there has been over the years a trust deficit from the buyers in Pakistan. Online shopping and online products have boomed only over the last few years when it's become more popular. When I started off, I remember people still preferred seeing the product physically before they were willing to pay for it. So I think if I want to point out one of my main challenges, technically speaking, related to the business side, would be payments. I think there has been a lot of online payments have yet to take off here. People still are, they've not adopted the cashless economy, so we are still stuck on cash payments and stuff like that. You see, when you're just, if it was physically restricted selling to a single city, cash deliveries or cash payments are not an issue. But when you're catering to other cities across Pakistan or international deliveries, payments become a challenge. Interestingly, even now, women prefer having so many facilities, so many digital wallets, access to other kind of online payments. There's still favoritism towards cash on delivery, and I think that just adds to the hassle of the whole delivery process. Online payments definitely bring ease to the business. Looking on the other side, as well, if I talk about the merchants and down the supply chain, I think online payments would definitely add value there as well. But unfortunately, most of them are not, inclined towards digital payments, be it because, factors like it becomes documented or, any other reasons that they have. Of course, that just, that adds to the restriction sometimes on the cash flows, because when you're doing multiple payments, it's not viable to, pay them in cash all the time. So we have this policy in place that if we receive an order that exceeds a certain amount, let's say 30K, and we then request them to pay a forward advance, because we've had this experience that people have placed orders and then ghosted us or disappeared, and then we spend useless amount of energy chasing payments. I think that just is a waste of energy and time. So when I started Enchanté, there were a few jewelry designers here in Pakistan who were specifically catering to silver jewelry. As I grew the business along, there was a lot of awareness around my work that I had to build, because we are not resellers, and we try to distinguish that fact. In our products, we design them from scratch, and there's of course customization involved. Moving forward, I always aspire to bring Enchanté to a level where it is known globally as as a brand producing quality work from Pakistan. We have in the same region from our neighbors brands that have made their mark globally, and I think this is one industry that has been poorly neglected. It has a lot of potential. We have immense talent in the country and resources both, which if utilized to their full potential could bring an add into the economy. Yes, so we have a chunk of clients that are our global customers. We have not yet have a B2B transaction or agreement, but we have individual clients, who are based abroad, and when they come back or see our products, they're interested in getting them both for themselves and I'd like to highlight as gifts, because it's an interesting gift to take back from your country for other people outside of Pakistan. I think there are a lot of things. If I look back, I would do them differently. Um, I don't know. I think it's also depends on the environment that you're working on and running a business in. Ours, unfortunately, is not very conducive to women. So I think there are a lot of things that I think are now more helpful, for women-led businesses, especially in terms of the kind of opportunities that they have, the kind of showcasing that they can do for their products right now. I would definitely not stick to the book, because I think when you stick to the rules and not experiment, I was never a risk taker. I was a very conservative game player. And I think magic happens when you move outside your comfort zone. I think that's one advice that I would give to my younger self when starting off. It's not, it was never about earning money. It's all about learning. And I think it's perpetual learning that, takes you forward, because you really need to invest in your own skills. Only then you can, lead a good team. In my case, the artisans that we work with. So if you want to produce quality and if you want to maintain quality, there has to be a lot of investment in the skill set. I don't think so, because the beauty of entrepreneurship that attracted me to start my own work was that I was able to do it from the comfort of my home, because I was juggling a number of hats and responsibilities, and I was not able to go out and do a 9 to 5. The internet provided me that space to, reach out to a wider audience and masses that could see the kind of work we were doing. So definitely not. I think it's very important to have clarity of goals, of vision of what you want to do. Oftentimes we are very, we are excited about a project, we are excited about an idea, but we haven't done enough research on it. I think it's very important to do your groundwork. You need to have your stats and figures in place. You need to have a whole, there's a lot of theory behind it. There are a lot of, your 5-year plans and your long-term goals and your business canvas and all of that. But practically speaking, you need to have, done your research really thoroughly, and then you need to have your numbers right. I think another thing that women generally miss out is the finances. Our financial planning often is not as strong as men. So I think we really need to, whenever you're starting a business or an idea, you really need to see that execution that you're seeking has all the resources, and if not, then you need to reach out. I think one thing that I found really helpful in my journey is that is mentors, is an amazing network here available in our country that's willing to help out whenever you need help or guidance. I think anyone who's starting out, especially women, should do that. Lastly, I think it's also very important to focus on quality, and anything that's being done has to be done exceptionally well. Only then will you be able to leave your mark. Do not be part of the herd. If if a certain number of people are already doing something, try and do not reinvent the wheel, but you need to do something different to make an impact. So I think let's not waste the resources and the energy. Make sure that your idea is going to be groundbreaking, and then work on it. Definitely. I think, most entrepreneurs are bootstrapping when they start off, and they are limited, and their decisions are limited by the funds available to them often. And I think access to finance would definitely give leverage to any business, provided it's on the right terms and conditions. So I'm not very happy saying this. So I did try, and unfortunately, there's a lot of roadblocks along the way. It's not facilitated for us. It's not that easy to go out and apply for a loan, though it's been publicized like that. But I feel that it could still be made more easier. There are a lot of challenges, and I agree that they have to do their checks and balances for it. But the banks applying for a loan and getting one, it's not that easy. I would not, I would not apply for a loan and try and access additional capital on the cost of it affecting my work in any way. I belong to a family of bankers, and I don't know how they're all going to react, but definitely not. I don't want to go and apply again, because I think I hope that I grow my business enough to be able to invest back the required amount.